Well, here we go. It's going to get bad for California, I'm telling you. Well, I am going to tell you, and I'm going to show you too. Let's see, last day of January, it's the 31st. It's 11 o'clock in the morning Central Time. And the big story is the storm entering California, and then the storm behind that, and then the storm behind that. All the activity on the West Coast, it looks like here for our watches and warnings. We are looking at flash flood watches over much of Northern California, Central California. We also have wind advisories further south of that, high wind warnings along the coast of California, both central and north. We have winter storm warnings for the higher elevations of the Siskiyous, the Sierra Nevada, even the higher elevations in Southern California. We have flood watches for Southern California. We have winter storm warnings and watches across Nevada. In Southern Oregon, it's wind. Still a little bit of fog in Washington State and up in northwest Montana. You get further inland into Utah, and we're looking at winter storm watches there and a few warnings in the southern part of the state. Winter storm watches also for parts of Colorado and New Mexico. Still holding on to some flooding possibilities for the rivers of East Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas. Mississippi in the northwest corner flat out has a flash flood watch. The rivers of South Carolina still an issue there. Also Illinois and Indiana. So that's a lot going on today. Let's take a look at the rest of the country, and then we'll dive in on the California storm. So we see our little low, our surface low in North Carolina with a little bit of rain for South Carolina, North Carolina, a little bit of a mixture for portions of Virginia into North Carolina, also the mountains of North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia into Pennsylvania. A little bit of snow way up there in Maine, maybe a little bit of Vermont and New Hampshire. That's a mixture in parts of New York State near the lakes. New Mexico, a little bit of a mixture for the central part of the state down towards the southwestern part of New Mexico into southeastern Arizona. Also Utah, Colorado, U2. And then we got the West Coast storm. And it's a mess for California. Showers and thunderstorms is the large area of green with those dots. Then you see the red with the lines. That's heavy rain, flash flood possible. You see the heavy snow possible with the white and the lines, and then mixed precipitation around all of that. But it's kind of crazy, so I just went straight to the National Weather Service office in San Francisco to pull up what they're talking about. And this is the latest and the greatest for San Francisco. This is for today and tomorrow. Flash flooding due to excessive rainfall, Bay Area and Central Coast, starting at 4 a.m. this morning. So, and I'll show you here on the future radar how things are looking. And that should last until 4 a.m. Friday. So all day tomorrow into Friday. And then the impacts, of course, would be flooding for lots of areas. And then increased risk of shallow landslides. So, rocks or debris on the roadway, and the confidence is pretty high. Now the winds. Well, yeah, lots of wind, high wind warnings again for the coast and even around the Bay Area and some of the higher hills around the Bay Area. And they're talking strong southerly winds, gusts to 55 miles an hour or greater. In the wind advisory area, strong southerly winds gusts up to 45 miles an hour. Again, for the Bay Area, the Central Coast. Strongest winds in higher terrain and along the immediate coast. Again, from 4 o'clock this morning until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Gusty winds could blow around unsecured objects, down trees. Could result in power outages. And again, confidence on the high side. And then surf is up. So I hope no one's braving it, but you never know. But hazardous beach and marine conditions with the winds and the seas. So dangerous rip currents, large breaking waves, 22 to 26 feet for the central California coast and west and northwest facing beaches today and tomorrow. And unexpected waves may sweep people into the sea from rocks, jetties, and beaches. So, just don't go. That's what they're saying in San Francisco. So this is a serious storm to be taken seriously. Meanwhile, tomorrow, here's what's going to be going on, and that strong storm still affecting California with heavy snow in the Sierra Nevada and up in the Siskiyous, and that's moving inland as well. Some heavy snow in parts of Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Idaho, and a large area of rain or snow, and then thunderstorms for parts of California and southern Arizona. And again, our heavy rain and flash flooding possible now moving down into LA and San Diego. And then real quick, a quick peek at Friday. Now the rain and the showers and the storms moving into the plains and parts of the southeast. So, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas. I gotta slow down with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. And then, further west of that is where we have the mixed precipitation with heavy snows in Colorado, heavy snows in Utah, heavy snows getting into New Mexico a little bit, and heavy snows continuing for the Sierra Nevada. So that's a lot. And then it's crazy. So I'm zoomed in on California. And this is the GFS model. And I'm starting at noon Central Time, which is an hour from now. And this is how we should be looking. With the heavy rain and the wind moving onshore, here's San Francisco. So the Northern California coast getting hammered already. And as we move through time, you can see the storm moving in. And so where are we now? This is right here, midnight tonight. Is that right? Yep. It sure is. So we have heavy snow coming down, higher elevations in Northern California. The Siskiyous are in here. And then the Sierra Nevada picking up some heavy snow. Heavy rain, San Francisco and along the central California coast, Paso Robles, Santa Maria, almost down to Santa Barbara, almost. So rain, thunderstorms, and heavy rain along the coast by midnight tonight. And you saw leading up to that, right? So moving backwards, you can see all the heavy rain just moving in waves across Northern California through San Francisco and heading south. So as we get into the day tomorrow, this is tomorrow morning, early in the morning, the showers and the thunderstorms now moving in towards LA. North of LA, this is Santa Barbara area. And then further to the north as well, Point Conception here. We've got the Catalinas here. And then Sierra Nevada, heavy snow and heavy rain moving into Southern California as we get further into today. This is noon central. This California's 2 hours earlier, so this is 10 a.m. California time with some showers and thunderstorms in the LA basin, the deserts outside of LA, moving into San Diego, and the heavy snow continuing into the Sierra Nevada and moving into Nevada, with some rain also coming into Las Vegas. And that heavy rain for Southern California continues, now moving into Arizona. This is not quite Friday. This is late Thursday night. And we're seeing rain moving through Yuma into Pima County now. Tucson's over here, but Phoenix is up here. So rain's moving into Phoenix as we get into the day on Friday, and even some thunderstorms possible as we go. And this is snow, of course, as you get into the higher elevations outside of Phoenix and up towards Flagstaff. So Payson's over here somewhere in there. So Payson getting some good snows on up to Flagstaff, and some rain not far from, where's Havasu? Havasu's down here a little bit. So there you go. More rain and snow for Arizona. Now into Utah. Utah seeing heavy snow. Heavy snow moving into Colorado as we get into Friday. And then it moves off. And look at this. The heavy snows persisting in the Sierra Nevada. Heavy snows persisting in Utah and Colorado. Snow persisting in Arizona. Rain still coming down from Tucson to Phoenix, and we're almost into Saturday here. So it's kind of a prolonged period of showers and storms. Now, we'll keep this going because there's another storm moving into California. This is during the day on Sunday. So it starts affecting the central California coast, a little bit of Southern California, and moving northward into these areas that have already been hit hard by wind and rain and snow in the Sierra Nevada, picking back up again as we get out of Sunday and into Monday. And then another big area of rain, showers, thunderstorms north of LA into Santa Barbara, central California coast. Heavy snow continuing here. I mean, you get the idea. This is just the second storm. And some of that rain and thunderstorms move into the LA area and, of course, the deserts outside of LA. And as we get into Tuesday, another system bringing showers and storms and heavy rainfall into Southern California and moving into Arizona. And we're getting heavy snow again in Nevada as well. And these showers and storms in Arizona, this is moving into Wednesday morning. And it's pretty nuts. I mean, this is El Nino on steroids, right? So a lot going on for California, but not just California, the desert Southwest as well. Now, I want to show you real quick the precipitation amounts that we're expecting from this storm. So this will show you the total precipitation from these storms, and it'll just add up, right? So as we move through the day today, this gets us to Thursday, noon Central, 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. tomorrow, we're talking over 4 inches of rain north of San Francisco in the yellows. And the reds, I mean, you're still looking at 2 to 3 inches of rain in a huge area. You get down into the purples, you're only talking 1.5 to 2 inches. There's 1.5 inches right there. There's 2.3. This is near Oakland and San Jose. And then when you get into the mountains, you've got to do the conversion, right? 10 to 1 snow. Although if it's a little colder, then the snow's a little drier. So we'll just call it 12 to 1 because it's easier math. So already 1.5 feet of snow here in the Sierras, up to 2 feet in other areas of the Sierra Nevada. And again, this is Thursday, right? So as we move through time and we get more of that rain spreading in and southward, again, we're talking, 2.5, 3, 4 inches of rain, San Francisco northward along the coast. In the mountains here, this is 2 to 3 feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada. And now, as that storm moves south, we're looking at 1.5 inches for LA, maybe a little over 1 inch for San Diego. And even out in the deserts, you got 1/2 inch over here. So a lot of rain. And this is just the first storm. So then we keep going. And we'll add in some more from the second storm. Oh my gosh, look at that. So this takes us to Wednesday late in the day. And look at these storm totals from both storms, 7 inches. So anywhere from 6 to 7 plus inches of rain all down the coast. 4, 5, 6, 7 inches. LA, 7 inches. San Diego only 4, 3.5 to 4.5. But even out in the deserts, heavy rainfall here. And in the mountains, if we go 12 to 1, that's 7.8. Yep, 7.8 feet of snow. So, I mean, that's not unheard of for the Sierra Nevada, over 6 feet of snow. And even in Arizona, we're talking 1.5 inches of rain here for Tucson. That's 1.3 there, but that's 3.4 in the Phoenix area. So a lot of rain there. And then in the higher elevations, of course, that's heavy snow. So when we look at, say, places like Durango, Colorado, I'm sorry. What is the name of that town that has the train? Durango. I think I had it right. So 2 to 3 feet of snow up here. Widespread 1.5 to 2.5 feet of snow on the higher elevations and heavy rain in the lower elevations in Utah and Nevada as well. So a lot going on with these storms as they move into California and smack California in the face, and then, bring some nice rains into the Southwest. I think Utah will take this rain. I think Colorado will take the snow, and I think Arizona will be happy with this as well, even Nevada. But maybe a little too much, too soon for California, especially with all that wind. So do be careful out there if you're in the Golden State Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll have updates for you as well right here on the Weather Mic.